Hi, I'm Alan. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can create and use skills in Heptabase. So what is a skill? A skill is a predefined workflow or recipe on how to do a task. So if you want an AI agent to do a task for you, you can first create a skill for that task. For example, here I have a book, a philosophy book from David Hume, which has an open access on the internet, and its PDF has around 300 pages. Before reading a book like this, I really want to see all the claims from the book and visualize the relationship between them. So let's create a skill for that. So first, we can open our AI agent and tell it to create a skill. The AI is now asking me what are the workflow of the task that I want to put in the skill. So let's say for any given source, such as a book, I want to create a mind map on the current whiteboard to help me understand all the claims in the book, in the source. Each node in the mind map is a card, and each card is a detailed explanation of a claim from the book. The mind map should be comprehensive and make sure to cover the entire book that I gave, entire source. All right, so now the AI agent has suggested a skill called map source claims. And here is the input, output, and the proposal of like how it's going to execute. And so if you like it, you can just tell it to create this skill. But if you don't like it, then you can discuss with AI on what is the actual skill that you want. So let's just approve the proposal and see what they create. All right, so you tell me that the skill is ready and the content of the skill is in this card. When you view it, you can see the detailed workflow of how it's going to do the task. And while reviewing it, you can always find the things that you don't like and adjust it or tell AI to adjust it. But right now, let's just see how this skill performs on our book. So we can create a new chat and type the slash command and search map source claim. And that's all you need to execute the skill. You have the book in the context, and then you are typing the shortcut of the skill, and let's press send. And the AI will now create that mind map for you. All right, so the AI agent has completed the task, and let's see what it has created. So you can see that it has created multiple mind maps, and each mind map represents a part of the book. Since this book has 4 parts, there are 4 big mind map and a small mind map that creates an overview of the book. And for each mind map, it consists of the claims that appears in that part of the book. And for each claim, you can see there is a citation link on that the content that it is based on from the original sources. So when I click the citation, I can actually locate back to the original content of the book. So these create a very powerful new way of reading knowledge sources. That before an AI era, when we read knowledge sources, we have to like skim through it and maybe read it from back to back and then reread it again and to understand what it is about. But now with these AI agents and the skills that we have created, we can actually have a really good overview of what these books is about or what this knowledge source is about before we dive into the content, right? That when you have this overview and when you can see all the claims before you read the content, it creates a very different experience that when you actually dive into the content, you already have a map in your mind, and then you can kind of like verify the content with what you have understand before you read the book. And another thing that I really want to emphasize is that this content, this mind map, like you can customize it in any way you want, right? That if you don't like the way this mind map is created, for example, if you think this content could be better, you can always go back and type slash, and you can find all the skills that you have here and find the skill that you use to create a mind map, press Command Enter, and then you can edit like the workflow of how it should create a mind map. Like maybe what should the content be like, or what should the mind map structure be like. You can always specify it in the workflow, and or you can ask AI to change it, and then AI might have a better proposal on like what is the best workflow. And you can also change the shortcut this command. That in the the powerful things about skill is that in the future, if you want to read any other knowledge source, it can be another philosophy book, it could be a math book, a science book, or like a online video interview. You can always use the same skill to create all these visualization for you and to visualize the knowledge and view it before you dive into the content. Another thing that I want to share is that there's no best way to visualize content, right? Like everyone process information in different way. So you can always decide that what is the best way to process a certain type of knowledge source for you. For example, like one thing that I like doing when reading books is that I want to read it pages by pages, but I want to read faster. So I want to have like a summary of every 2-3 pages first, and then go through it, and then click the citation, and after that to view the part that I'm interested in. And with that, we have a built-in skill called breakdown books. And if you use this skill instead of the skill that we just created and apply it on this book, the output you will get is very different. You'll get the output like this, where you have different section, and each section, it has all the cards that follows the page number. For example, this is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and 6 and 7. And so each card represents a summary of a certain segment of the book. And when you click the citation, you can also see that these citations are following by the order of the content inside the book. So this is another way of another skill that I like to use when I'm reading a book, a paper, or knowledge sources that is dense and long and maybe hard to understand, right? And there are many other ways, and maybe you will have your own ways. And that is the power of skill. You can ask AI to create these artifacts, to create this visualization that helps you understand knowledge before you dive into the original knowledge source. And this creates a very, very different experience in terms of reading and learning and doing research. So I hope you find this video useful, and can't wait to see what kind of skills that you create for yourself.